Good evening, Iowa. It's so great to be in Iowa. You know, it kind of feels like home. And it's also good to be here because Iowa has been so good to underdogs from North Dakota. As a matter of fact, Catherine and I, two of the best days of our lives have been spent in Iowa. The first was when the North Dakota State Bison beat the Cyclones, and the second was when the North Dakota State Bison beat the Hawkeyes. Yeah. What? Too soon? Too soon? Come on. That was 2014, 2016. Come on, let's move on. Anyway, we're gonna keep working hard to earn your support. We're gonna be here doing everything we can, and we want to have January 15th, 2024 is going to be another memorable day for us here in Iowa. We're grateful to all of you, grateful to the Republican Party of Iowa for hosting us tonight. And all of you, what you're doing here tonight matters so much. We're grateful that you take the time to be here, to learn about who's going to be leading our country and the work that you've done here in Iowa, electing Republicans up and down the ballot. It's just so important. And there's no better example of what you got done than the election last fall and the results you've delivered. And I take a look at Kim Reynolds, who I'm so grateful to have an opportunity to have worked with since she was first elected as part of the Republican Governors Association. She and I have been on the executive committee together, but you know, talk about a results-oriented conservative. And as governors, fellow governors of Midwestern states that are feeding and fueling the world, Kim and I have so much to share. Another person I'm super grateful for tonight is right over here to my left. She's going to have to step out in the light, but the First Lady of North Dakota has been a tremendous partner and inspiration to so many, and I just want to quickly share that Catherine, who's in recovery from addiction, she has made the courageous decision to share her story and become a face and voice of recovery to help remove the shame and stigma of addiction, which we know touches every family and every community. But celebrating 21 years in recovery, Catherine Helgus Burgum right there. Her leadership has literally saved lives, and imagine the difference she'll make as First Lady of the United States. And on top of that, she'll be the First Lady that ever grew up working in a John Deere dealership. That was her family's business. But I'm running for president to improve every American life, to unlock the best of America. That's our mission. How are we going to do that? We're going to improve every American life by focusing on the economy, on energy, and on national security. America needs a 180-degree change from the direction where Joe Biden is taking us right now. Joe Biden's wrong on the economy, he's wrong on energy, and he's wrong on national security, which includes food security and border security. He's just plain wrong. And to turn this country around, we need someone who understands how to compete and win in a changing economy, someone who knows how to shrink government, someone who will keep the focus on Joe Biden and the future of this country. Well, I was born in a small town in North Dakota and grew up there, 300 people. Well, I'm confused, but woke was something we used to do when you started every day at 5 a.m. Small town values are the core of America, and frankly, some of our big cities could use some small town values, and certainly Washington, D.C. could use that right now. My dad was a World War II Navy vet. He died my freshman year in high school. My mom, now widow, 3 kids, back to work. So I understand what single working moms are all about. I had just about every job you can imagine. Shoe shines, swathing grain for local farmers, working at the local grain elevator, even paid my way through college, working as a chimney sweep. I've held all those jobs where you take a shower at the end of the day, not at the beginning. Imagine a president who understands the real work that Americans do every day. I literally bet the farm. I got a small patch of farm ground for my dad when he passed. I literally mortgaged that and bet that on a tiny startup. We turned it into a worldwide billion-dollar company. We built a company that served over 140,000 customers around the world in 130 countries. And I did it with team members that we hired, just like me, from 220 different small towns across North Dakota. Imagine a president who knows what it takes to compete and win in the global economy. We don't have one now. That's what I've done for decades. When you're the governor of when you're going to start a software company in North Dakota, you need to be willing to go against the grain. And that's exactly what happened in 2016 when we had an open seat. We decided to jump into the governor's race. We were 60 points down, literally 60 points down. The primary was 5 months away. We won that primary by 20 points. We won the general by almost 50 points. We shook things up. We cut $1.7 billion out of a $6 billion general fund. We passed this year 51 red tape reduction bills. We've balanced the budget every year. This year we got term limits passed in North Dakota. We enacted the largest tax cut in state history. North Dakota's on track to have the highest GDP of any state in the nation. A couple weeks ago, we thank you, and a couple weeks ago it was the highest in the nation of year-over-year income growth, almost 10%. We know how to get economy going, and we know how to do that, and we do that because we focus on innovation, not regulation. Joe Biden's inflation is completely out of control. They're trying to tell us all we should feel better now because inflation's down a little bit. That'd be like a business owner telling his team members, hey, you got a 10% pay cut last year, you should feel good about a 5% pay cut this year, because Joe Biden's policies are literally taking buying power out of Americans' pockets. Our economy is crawling right now. It should be sprinting, and the bottom line on the economy is we've got to focus on innovation, not regulation. That's going to help people reach their fullest potential. That's how we beat China in a Cold War, is we get our economy really rolling. And when I'm president on energy, there's one thing you need to know. We will stop buying energy from our enemies. We'll start selling it to our allies. America produces energy cleaner and safer than anywhere else in the world. If you say you care about the environment, you would want to have every drop of energy produced in the United States. And in Iowa, you know that. Iowa's key to America achieving true energy independence. You've got an all-above strategy here: wind, solar, ethanol, biofuels. They're all part of the all-the-above approach that makes America the energy superpower. But guess what? Who's the largest importer of energy in the world? China. 10 million barrels a day. We had Blinken, Yellen, Kerry all there in the last month. Did any of you read an article where they were using our energy superiority as a tool to have leverage against China, our number one competitor, who we're in a Cold War with? No, because they're too busy trying to kill the U.S. energy industry. In national security, we've got to recognize the real threats to America. Growing up in a small town, you learn the enemy isn't your neighbor. It's not the person down the street. We should be uniting this country to fight against our real enemies: China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, Mexican drug cartels. 110,000 overdose deaths in our country in the last year because of fentanyl coming across an open border. National security includes border security, number one. I've been down there with our troops. We've got to solve that. Took Joe Biden 2 years to get to the border. I'll be there in the first 2 weeks. So in conclusion, if you want to make sure that Joe Biden's a one-term president, and we all need to work to do that, and if you believe the economy, energy, and national security are critical to your future, your kids' future, your community's future, your company's future, then you'll understand and know why I'm running. And if you want more small-town common sense that knows how to work to fix problems in Washington, our big cities, we'll make that happen. And if you think we need a governor who knows how to shrink government, knows how to pull the levers to make it work, and someone who spent his entire career in business, who understands technology and how it's changing every job, every company, and every industry, I want to earn your vote. We're thrilled to be here. Stop by our hospitality suite tonight. Catherine and I will be there to say hi to all of you and get to know you. And of course, it wouldn't be North Dakota if we weren't given roping lessons. So come on down, learn how to rope a steer, catch a winner, and we'll see you in Iowa. Thank you very much.